Hey everybody, it's Erin Reed, and today we're going to make some ATCs for an ATC swap, and also in combination with a challenge my friend Betts has put together about using something that you've had in your stash for at least 10 years. So I'm just going to show you real fast what that is. I actually found a kit that had some bits and pieces in it. It's really these papers right here that I've had for ages. I belonged to a kit club. Actually, I belonged to two of them over the years, and this was one of the first ones, and it's these papers that I cannot believe I still have them, but they're actually, I think, 11 years old, which is crazy. So they're from Pinecone Press, super old. It actually was part of this big kit about all these different fun ideas that you could do with it. I am going to be using more of the solid color base that you see here. And I also found some chipboard pieces that are here, and I'm just going to be using some of the solid elements and then some brads. And I threw it all together because it was all kind of winter and stuff like that, but I just love the bright colors of it. So I'm going to be pairing that up with all of these cards here, which are from Adornit. So the first thing I'm going to do, and this is on a watercolor paper, this is called the Art Play Principles, and we're going to be misting them, but I want to cut them down to size first because these are already perfect sized for ATCs. I do need to cut these a little bit smaller than what they're actually showing on the card because I'm going to be matting these and I don't want to run out of space. So really quickly, I'm just going to go ahead and cut these down. Okay, so I've cut these all down, and I've cut them down to be a little bit smaller than what they originally were. So I may have cut some little edges off. The reason being is I'm actually going to mount these on playing card, and I wanted to have a little bit of some extra room on them. Not all of them are going to have it. I mean, I might just have a tiny bit of extra room to put my background paper and maybe a few embellishments. Not a ton. I mean, I might put an embellishment in an open space like this. So, but I've given myself a little bit more room to kind of play. I do want the focus of my cards, though, my ATCs, to be the main image, but cut off a little bit of extra stuff here and there. It's not a big deal. I have three mists that I'm going to be playing with. I have a glimmer mist. This one is key lime pie. I have a simply sheer in cozy yellow, and I have a glimmer mist in snowy night. So I did go with the just blues, greens, and yellows. So if they kind of blend and do their thing, and I'm just going to mist over them. I'm not going to have any kind of rhyme or reason. I'm not trying to paint them. I'm just coloring them is the bottom line. I did put some paper towels down because it just helps with the cleanup. And you just got to go through, and I'm just going to mist one color. I'm going to shake this one. It's got the mica in the bottom. The difference between the Simply Sheer and the Glimmer Mist is this is basically all the color but no shimmer in it, which is kind of fun. So it's just something a little bit different. So I want to get all that mica, and when you do that, you want to shake them from side to side and just kind of get them going. Get it moving around. And as always, all the links for all the supplies that we are using are going to be down below, so you guys can go check to see where you can find these fun things. And don't forget to like it and give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. All right, I'm going to speed this up while I continue to mist all these. Just adding color. I might also take some and do some flicking action just for something different on here. Just getting some fun variation in the colors and having some fun with it. Fun color, just not really caring what really goes where. I did also add water just to kind of thin out some stuff. When I first squirted the blue on here, if you notice, it went very powerful versus kind of misting everywhere. So I did kind of do a couple squirts just to kind of get it going. I'm now going to take my paper towels because I really saturated these. I mean, I even got the colors moving. If you kind of look, I can spray and kind of get the colors kind of moving around on here. So I've super saturated these cards. And so all I'm going to do now is I'm going to come over here and just kind of pick up some of that extra color. Because this is a watercolor paper, it's meant to absorb, which is great. It just means a little more driving time. This makes really cool patterns on your paper towel. I'm almost tempted to figure out how to use the paper towel in a different way now. So again, just blotting them, getting them to kind of dry up a little bit, and then putting them off to the side and just letting them dry while I get the rest of the cards prepared. All right, the next step is that I've got 12 playing cards here because I have 12 pieces, and I'm going to start cutting down all of these solid colored stocks to fit on side of my playing card to cover one entire side. So playing card, or a baseball card, is a standard size for an ATC. I'm just going to flip this around this way. And that measures to be 3.5 by, oops, sorry, take that back, 2.5 by 3.5. So that is what I'm going to cut all my papers down to. Most of my papers have something on the back side. I'm not going to worry about that. So I'm just going to cut to be 3.5. And I can get a couple of 2.5s out of this. And then I will just glue this to here, just like that. I'm not worried about the fact that I've got a rounded corner and a straight corner. That doesn't bother me. I'm just covering up the sides because then it allows me to come in and to add a layer. But you know, for this green paper, I would probably go for one that's more yellowy looking as a contrast, something like that. It just gives me a base to start off with. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut all my papers and then glue them down. And when I glue them down, because I'm basically just doing paper to paper, I'm just gonna take my Xyron adhesive, come in, center it so I just do not see my playing card anymore. And there we go, just like that. So I'm probably going to do it so I'm going to covering up the back side so you can still see the face card on the front, and then just doing it like that. So I'm going to do that for the rest of the 11. All right, so my cards are all done. Now, if you don't want to do the step where you're putting it on the playing card, you definitely could leave that part out. I just felt like the paper needed a little bit more stability. It's not a super thick paper, and I'm adding a lot of weight to it, so it's just giving it more structure to the ATC. So Adornit's got some really cute sticker lines, and I thought the colors really went well. The bright colors, it just really matched well with this old pattern paper and this ancient pattern paper that I have. So I'm just going to take little strips. I'm not doing the words or anything, but just all these banner strips. So for instance, this yellow one right here, and I'm just going to do a little line off the side, kind of misaligned my paper on my card here. There we go. Just taking a little strip and then taking my scissors and just kind of cutting it along and just giving it a little bit of a banner. So I'm going to go to another card. I think this will look pretty on here, and just doing the same thing, just adding a little strip. I think I'm going to do it so it's facing outward, right along the edge, just like that. Just a little bit of interest. So there's a couple done. I'm going to keep on doing these using some of the fun strips like the newspaper one. I think I'm going to add the black to one. Some of these bigger bright bold colored ones, I'll add some of those too. All right, so now I have all my cards with the strips on there, all the fun bright colors. Now it's a matter of matching what goes to what. So I'm going to do all the vertical ones first and just kind of placing where I want my little pieces to go. Having fun, kind of layering up. I want to be able to see that little banner I added there. Some of them are going to have a lot more showing than others. Like this one's really tight, so you're just going to see it on the top and the bottom, which is fine. So just adding some fun pieces. So I've got those on there. Now the rest of these are going to be vertical ones, sorry, horizontal ones. I just did my verticals. See how kind of fun? It really is the paper that is standing out more than anything else. And the mist just made it so fast and easy to kind of decorate these cards. So I'm going to flip these over. Some I'm going to do, so the strip is at the top, some of the strip is at the bottom, kind of changing them up a little bit, just giving a little bit of fun interest. There we go. And then just placing the rest of my cards on here. So again, it's just a hint of something behind there, big brightness of color. Now, because this paper is still a little bit wet and I'm just impatient, I'm going to go ahead and glue everything down. I'm going to use my super tight all-purpose universal glue, and I'm going to pull out my little glue jar, and I'm just going to go in. I'm going to add a tiny bit of glue, add my little bit of glue here, flip over, and stick this down. I'm going to go ahead and glue all of my cards. So just a quick side note about this glue, it's actually a really inexpensive glue compared to some of the other ones, and down below is a link where you can find this glue. It works like a lot of your other glues that are out there, but it's also a lot safer. It's safe for children. There's a whole wide range, and there's a coupon link below for you to save a % off your order that you can order online, and it's free shipping, so that's pretty easy. I love that. So I'm all about inexpensive glue. That is fantastic. And that it's safe. I mean, that part rocks too. All right, so now that all these are on here, I've got my full 12. And now I can go in and I can add some of these little fun pieces, like these little buttons and stuff. So these are just little chipboard elements that have been left over. So I can kind of come in and I can add a little fun one there. Not going to overdo it. I'm not doing anything that looks Christmassy per se. So I'm not going to go overboard with that. So just using up my old stash basically. And it's kind of the same color schemes. So finding a spot, you know, maybe it's on her. Maybe it's off to the side a little bit. Some of these have lost their stick. I've had them for so long that I don't have a whole lot of options. I've got some big, bright, bold colors. So I've got this red one here. Oh, that one's upside down. Some of them I don't think I'm going to put anything, but like right here, I can add a little something. It's just adding to it. And I think the rest of this is toast now. I don't have any of the little ones that I can add that make sense that I haven't already ruined. So that's, oh, there's a dear friend. Maybe I can figure out a place to put that. Yeah, right here with all the little girls. And then I have some fun brads, like old-fashioned brads. I love all the green ones. I thought the gems would be kind of cool. So there's a couple ones where I thought I could put some gems in there. So I've got my little mat here, and I've got my piercing tool. And I'm going to start off with, let's do a clear gem. And I'm actually going to pierce through everything on this. If I was smart and thought ahead, I probably would have assembled most of the items not with the playing card on there, and then that way the brad wouldn't go through the playing card, but it's okay. It'll help secure the whole thing together. So all I did is I use, this is an old mouse pad, because it's got the foam that the piercer can go through. It's a cheap way of doing all those other foams, and then just adding a little something to the corner. And so I think I'm going to try and add a little something to almost every single card. There's got to be a space on there somewhere where I can put something. I'm going to put the ones over here that I've already finished. And I'm going to go ahead and add a gem to the rest of these. And there we go. They all have a little something on them. Some of them, what I did is that it looked like they were holding a flower, or they have, you know, a bouquet, or they had a flower in their hair. And that's where I added the extra little piece of something on there. So these are my cards for my ATC swap. The only thing I need to do now is put my name on the back, and I just usually stick my business card on the back of that. These are going in combination with these cute little charms that I made, and that video is coming out very soon. And it's using this really cool shrink piece that you can color, and then you heat it and it shrinks. It's called shrink film. And then I added a cute little charm. So everybody's going to get a charm set and an ATC as part of the swap, and then I will get some new ones back. So make sure you stay tuned for that video coming up about all the cool charms and ATCs that I'm going to be getting back from all this cool swap. So thanks so much. Don't forget to subscribe. Again, all links are down below, and I will see you guys again soon. Bye-bye.